Welcome to our weekly roundup of key business developments in Sri Lanka. I'm Nishani Pigera. Let's first take a look at the top stories for this week. Debt deal expected by June. Lending rates are not fully adjusted lower, says central bank. And policy rates maintained. In our main story this week, Shahan Singha, Minister of Finance, reiterated confidence in reaching a deal with commercial creditors. Minister Singha, speaking to the media this week, added that the debt restructuring is going well and steps are being taken to convert the principal agreement with bilateral partners into a memorandum of understanding. The same sentiment was echoed by Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe, the central bank governor, while speaking at the post-monetary policy review press conference held in Colombo. Dr. Veerasinghe said that the ongoing negotiations are expected to be completed without much delay. He added that the Executive Board approval for the IMF program's second review, followed by the third tranche, is expected on schedule in June. Joel Turkowitz, IMF's Legal Department Deputy Chief, highlighted the IMF's Governance Diagnostic Report published in September 2023 and its importance in addressing corruption with recommendations on transparency. The diagnostic report shortlisted 16 priority recommendations on improving transparency and 60 complementary additional recommendations for better public sector performance. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka has said that there is further room for the reduction of market rates. According to Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe, Governor of the Central Bank, although financial institutions have reduced rates, they are not on par with the CPSL rates. On Monday, at the third Monetary Board meeting of the year, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka decided to maintain policy rates. Standing deposit facility rates and standing lending facility rates were maintained at 8.5% and 9.5% respectively. The regulatory authority noted that the decision was taken assessing the current macroeconomic developments and to maintain inflation at the 5% level in the medium term. Further, according to Central Bank Governor Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe, gradual lifting of the ban on vehicle imports would be manageable, with foreign reserves expected to reach $6 billion by year-end. Elon Musk's Starlink satellite service is expected to launch services soon in Sri Lanka. This is following the invitation extended by President Ranil Wickremesinghe during his visit to Bali this year. Starlink Internet is now open for pre-order by the public for a fully refundable fee of $9. The service is expected to commence this year following regulatory approval. In our weekly tourism update, during the first 26 days of May, just over 96,000 tourists arrived in the country. In the year, 881,000 tourists have arrived. Daily arrivals were 3,727 during the month, down from the 4,962 recorded in April. India was the primary source market, followed by the Maldives and Germany. Arrivals in May are likely to pass the 100,000 mark, while falling below the target of 120 to 130,000 arrivals. The all-share price index at the Colombo Stock Exchange turned bearish this week, with the index closing at 12,100, down over 200 points. The index remains about 13% higher from the start of the year. On a related note, Expo Lanka Holdings plc has announced that it will be resisting a petition by a few minority stakeholders seeking to suspend the company from delisting. Commercial Bank of Sri Lanka has resolved to recommend a rights issue subject to approval by shareholders. If approved, 22 billion rupees will be raised by issuing one new share for every 5 shares, which will be used to facilitate future business growth. At the Treasury bill auction held on Wednesday, yields on all maturities decreased for the 8th consecutive week. Bids amounting to 352 billion rupees were received, of which 160 billion were accepted. The Sri Lankan rupee depreciated against the dollar this week, with the central bank's indicative mid-spot rate ranging around 299 to 301 rupees. And with that, we wind up for this week. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel at the link below for regular updates on economic and business developments in Sri Lanka. Until we see you again next week, thank you for watching. Stay safe.